The first thing I need to do is undo those bolts, like bolt and the nut from the other side. The same right here, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I seem not to be able to undo the nut, neither the nut, neither the bolt. So what I'm gonna do is unbolt the lower bolt joint, which is located right here, the lower arm. So I'll undo this one, so the lower control arm is gonna drop even more down. That will open up that space for me to put the blade inside and cut the bolt off. So I do have a lower bolt joint like undone, not all the way, but yeah, I cracked it open, and then I need to also remove the shock absorber. This is the nut holding it down, and then you'll need to also prevent this from turning. So I did unbolt these bolts, this one and then this one, but on the other side, yeah, over there. And now it should separate in here, because this is the ball joint and these bolts are the only thing keeping it tight to the hub. So this one, then the other one, and then pull this down somehow. We'll see. So I managed to separate it on this side. There it goes. All right. Okay. So it did drop just a little bit. Like, it's not what I expected, but yeah, I'm still gonna try to cut that off with that thing over there. This one. So this side is done. I cut this piece off, and for the second part, like the right side, I will probably need to put the jack stand underneath the subframe, so I can get rid of all this, because there is no space for me to cut with this thing. So I did put jack under the subframe, therefore I can get rid of these. And now I might be able to have access to cut it right here. So I'm in a state of, this bolt is cut, that over there is not cut, because it's not that easy. Like the blade was jamming, and yeah, it was not good. So I managed to remove the bolt from the other side, as you can see over there. And yeah, I'll try to remove it from here and then somehow wiggle it off, but bearing in mind that on the other side there's still a bolt. Okay, so yeah, this is the washer I was speaking about. So it's for the eccentric bolt, but I believe that this one would be probably for toe in, toe out, like this alignment of the wheel, I would say, because this one is doing camber. You see how is it seized up, like it's like welded together, and you are not removing the bolt without the sleeve, the bushing sleeve. Yeah, so let's try to wiggle it out. I managed to release that. So yeah, it's in a better state that the other one was. Can you hear it? It's not supposed to do that. So yeah, pretty much shot. So I will need to first clean where this goes, like in the hub. So I put the car on a stand again. I cleaned it up. There's a lot of rust, a lot of debris underneath here. This is what you need to clean up properly, so the new ball joint will sit there nicely. And then I will put the lower ball joint inside. Also, every time I see something like this, like the rusted spots, I put the brake paste. I put the brake paste on it so it doesn't seize over time. This is the one I'm talking about. It's a service paste on for brakes. So this is what I'm gonna put basically everywhere. So I do have it cleaned, as you can see. Yeah, it's this one. So this is the, sorry you didn't see it. This is the lower ball joint I'm gonna install there. It has a nut and 2 bolts. And as I said, I'm gonna lubricate these to live longer without rust, which on this car is pretty like needed, because this is a rusty wagon. Like all T4s are like seriously rusty. Like engine goes up to like 1,000,000 kilometers, but the other parts are failing on rust. And by other parts I mean the body panels, etc. and the underbody. Alright, so the ball joint is there from this side, like that. Then there is the washer from that side, and then the nut goes on top of the washer. So that bolt done, that bolt done as well. So the new arm is inside, the ball joint is secured. So let's remove the bracket. So there's a nut right here, and then there's this one right here, like that. Yeah, there is a lot of gunk, and that's, oh, it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Remove this. Yeah, I can remove it right away, like it's completely fucked. So I clean this thing up, and then I clean this as well, so I can start putting everything together. So a new shock is installed, and right now I will need to lift this up to get to this upper ball joint. So this here is my setup for replacing the upper ball joint. So I lift the whole hub up, then place the jack stands, and then the extension bar from my jack. So it's basically sitting on that pipe. So the next step is cutting this ball joint right here. Metal thingy on top, which will need to come off. So I managed to get it off. This is what it looks like. So I just made a cut right here. I have separated this thing. I just flipped it like that, like this, and then hammered it from top, and it like fell out. I have a C-clamp set up here. So basically what you need to do is the ball joint is pressed from bottom up. So if you wanna get rid of it, you need to push it downwards. So I managed to crack it open. It was like, you will know that something happened because there's a loud crack, like something broke or something. There is like no resistance at all in like immediately, and there it is. I'm gonna clean this as well, push the new ball joint in here, and then finish it. It's cleaned up, so I'm gonna set up the C-clamp to press it inside. This is how new one looks like, and it's done. Loop as always. I do have it done. You will need to undo this bolt, which is right here, and then you will be able to lift this bracket up like that. So I did the bushing, the link is the sway bar, and then yeah, everything is in place. And so the last thing that needs to be done is tightening every bolt, every nut. It needs to be done under tension. So like either the car has to be on the road or you jack up the whole hub. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time.